Welcome in, everybody.
There we go.
Welcome to the Big Frog Podcast. This is episode 10, which is crazy. This is technically be our season finale. We felt like this was a good time to do a season finale and 10 episodes under the belt. That seems apropos, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
What'd you say, April?
That mean there's going to be a cliffhanger
Yeah, exactly.
season finale.
Totally.
And also
So
it's May the 4th, so Star Wars Day. So we're just here, kind of
Pew 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 pew.
yeah. Lightsabers and all. And Desiree, you were gonna say something?
oh yeah, I was just gonna say our guest tonight is Apryl Knight, obviously, but you know.
The wonderful Apryl Knight. I'm very happy to have you here
Yes.
as a guest, so we appreciate you joining. I just want to start off by saying that I genuinely enjoy all of your content.
Aw.
I mean, you being essentially a multidisciplinarian when it comes to music in general, but I mean, just the wide range of instruments that you play. I've always been so enthralled by sitting in your streams and learning about all of these instruments that are kind of that a lot of people don't know about, or a lot of people don't take the time.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I've seen this before, but I don't know what it's called. I don't know
Mhm.
anything about it. So I love that you're very much keeping that kind of spirit alive in your music and finding ways to incorporate that into your streams as well. So I really appreciate that about your streams. It's very I feel like I learn something new every day.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then of course the participation, with
Mm.
her giant D20.
Yes, that too.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. The streams
Yeah.
are just
That's
very
always so much
engaging,
fun.
and
Yeah.
I love that you really make it a participation, like a point of participation.
Mm.
So you'll have that list of things like, let's add this to the song.
Mhm.
So it's very interactive, and I feel like you've really cultivated a really good community based on that kind of premise about
Oh.
making sure everything is, everyone's working together to kind of make the sound that you're creating while fusing your own
Mhm.
take on everything. Yeah. So I just really enjoy that about your
And that you can
streaming.
do it on the fly.
Yes, absolutely.
I think Twitch is
Incredible.
absolutely the best improv practice ever, regardless of what it is that you do. Whether you're music or magic or anything. People are coming in and going, "Hey, do this," and you're like, "Well, okay, let's try." And then
Mhm.
Yeah.
let's see if something blows up.
That's a good
Right. Yeah, I mean, just the little things that you add to, like, "Hey, let's add a rubber chicken in here," or so I love how lighthearted it is. Yeah. You just have all the things. And so, I guess we'll just start this off by saying really, how did you get started streaming on Twitch? Were you always a musician on Twitch, or have you done other
I have been
categories?
a musician since I was probably I started taking lessons at 2. Um, Twitch
Wow.
was considerably later, and had you told younger me, "Oh, hey, you're gonna be, s streaming yourself doing music on the internet," I would have been like, "Streaming? What's that?"
Mhm.
I didn't think I was on I think I'd heard something about Twitch. It was either I think it might have been Daniel Belasco, who is currently on Twitch still. But he is a musician with the most amazing voice, and I had heard something about, oh hey, he's streaming on Twitch, and I was like, isn't Twitch just for like video game players or
Yeah.
something?
Mhm.
And then I went and I like joined his channel. I'm like, oh, well, this is really nice. Okay. And then I kind of like saw a few other people. There's like DJ Vegan in Black, who plays a lot of sort of goth and industrial, plays Daniel Belasco Glass Apple Bonsai music. And so I followed her, and then mod Tripwire who does cello and occasional DJ stuff, and then started like following all these people and just really meeting a whole bunch of people through Twitch and finding that it's just this giant music on Twitch, finding out that it's this giant community. And I so many friends before I even decided, okay, I think I'm maybe prepared and brave enough to actually start streaming. And people were like, you should stream, do the stream. And I'm like, but I don't know what kind of tech I need for this.
Yeah.
And then finally sort of figured it all out, kind of, and then started streaming. So yeah. Memory Mystic Cat. Oh.
I guess about how many years ago was that?
This coming up August is going to be, I think, my 4th stream anniversary.
Okay.
I think it's
wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And so you mentioned
wow. I didn't realize it was that recent. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. You mentioned that
awesome.
you took your first like music lesson or whatever as young as 2. I mean, did you start out kind of in a classical vein, or did you start out in just
very classical? It was all like, here's your, the official way to learn the piano, and here's, a bunch of, I mean, not like exclusively classical, like I definitely had, some newer stuff. Like I think my teacher even worked with me on some Scott Joplin ragtime. I mean,
okay.
New.
Oh wow.
Comparatively speaking.
Sure.
But yeah, mostly all a very sort of a classical background. Relatively speaking. Until I was, when I was 16, I went to my very first Renaissance fair. And I walked in the gates and I was like, oh, these are my people.
Yeah.
Nice.
And from that point on, I was like, oh, I love Ren fairs. Ren fairs are great. And eventually, when I was older than 16, I started performing at Ren fairs. And that's
wow.
a very different world, because the people who perform at Renaissance fairs there are definitely some people there who are more classically trained, but there's a ton of people who are not classically trained and who are extremely good at playing by ear. And the whole thing is, oh, hey, we're going to do this thing. Oh, how does the song go? Oh, well, it goes like this. And then they play it and you're like, okay, now I have to play that back without necessarily having sheet music. And that was big, massive, practice with ear training and being able to play with other people and usually not having anything written down. Hey, Mandrigan.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I think that, I mean, out of all the Renaissance fairs that I've been at, the music is just, it draws you in and it really makes it a cohesive experience. So when you're walking through and like you're getting all of that Renaissance kind of sounding music, it's like, wow, this is it's almost like you step into an entirely different realm in a sense.
For sure.
And so I understand that you were these people that you had met previously or just through Renaissance work with the music?
I think when I very first I went to, it was the Oklahoma Renaissance Fair, was the first one that I ever performed at as a performer. I got the most paltry little contract you'd ever seen. It was like, here, have a couple bucks, but it was, come on in and you can play on the lanes. You can just stand on the lanes and just play something. And then doing that, I had, various other musicians come up to me and introduce themselves and say, oh, well, I see you're playing this. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I don't like just sitting here playing flute. It's very, limiting. And they're like, oh, well, have you heard of the bowed psaltery? And I'm like, I haven't. Tell me about this. And so then I got a bowed psaltery, and then eventually I'd been playing the bowed psaltery for a while, and somebody came up to me and said, oh, well, you don't like that as much. How have you heard of the hurdy-gurdy? And I'm like, I haven't. Show me about, So
Mhm.
all these people just it's kind of the same thing as Twitch. They're just they come and they find you, and you find out you have things in common, and you're like, oh, well, I see that you play music and I also play music. Let us chat about music. And
Mhm. Right.
Mhm.
I love that. So, kind of speaking of the wide breadth of instruments that you have, um, I guess, hurdy-gurdy being one that I was familiar with. The one that you were just talking about,
the bowed
what
salt.
was it? Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So it is. I have almost basically every instrument that I have except for my percussion instruments all make sense to me either as a piano player or a flute player.
Okay.
One makes sense to me as a piano player. It's got one string for every note, and it's
Mhm.
made with bows. So you bow in between any two pegs to get that note. And it's set up like the piano, because if you look on this side, these pegs are all evenly spaced,
Mhm.
and these pegs are in groups of twos and threes, like the black keys. And so playing it gives you a chromatic scale.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I see that now.
this is actually a relatively new instrument in that the bowed psaltery was invented uh, kind of based on medieval psalteries, but very much modernized because you would never have a fully chromatic instrument back then.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a thing. But this was made, not this instrument, but this type of instrument was made in like the 1920s.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, wow.
only about
That
100.
is pretty new, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. And speaking of the hurdy-gurdy, I remember this was like
Right there.
I think it was my very yeah, it was my very first, it was the Hex Fest
Mhm.
that yeah, you had submitted some hurdy-gurdy samples, and so for those of you guys that don't know what Hex Fest is, it's a great raid train that is during the new moon that, Lisa Cuthbert put together on Twitch, and, um, the whole premise really is to, if you're willing, submit samples for other people that are a part of the raid train to utilize in their music.
Mhm.
So that's, like, the whole premise, but April,
Well,
you
that
had
was
put
one of
some
them, yeah.
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 April, you had put the hurdy-gurdy sample in there, and I was like, "Well, I have to use this." So I was like, "Clearly, I have to use this."
Most unique thing I could contribute.
Mhm. Yeah, and it was so
Course.
fun just to get to incorporate that in music that I was also directly influenced by.
Mhm.
Um, and so that I just thought that that was very cool. That was my first really experience with it. Like, I think I had seen you
Oh,
stream
wow.
it a few times,
Mhm.
um, but then that was the first time that I was like I was kinda, like, geeking out about it. I was like, "I get to use her hurdy-gurdy sample." And it was just
I
so much
actually
fun.
remember that, Rose.
Mhm. Yeah, it was very fun to be able to do that. I guess, like, what is your favorite instrument? If that's not too tough of an ask.
Oh, no.
Because I
Right.
know you have many.
I I
It's
uh,
like picking your favorite child.
yeah, I can't really pick a I mean, there's like the pianos are very second nature. Like if I want to just play whatever, I can just sit down at the piano. If I'm ever sitting down and trying to figure out, oh, how does this thing go? I will automatically pull up a piano. I've got piano
Mhm.
on my iPad and my phone, and anytime I need to demonstrate a melody for somebody, or I need to figure out a melody, it's piano. But like for pure fun, for fun and also for flexibility. I mean, also not my newest instrument, but who's your
I
favorite
was hoping.
hedgehog? Hi, Gavari. So yeah, probably the Somatera, which I have upside down here, but that's it. This is a bit piano-esque, like this is
Mhm.
over here, and it's from low to high. So it's still kind of arranged like a piano, but because of the overlap here to make it easier to just play with one hand,
Mhm.
brain for a little bit of a loop. But also it's got so many different sounds and so many things you can do with it.
Yeah.
Very different from the piano where you press a note and well that's a C, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping that you were gonna pull out the Somatera.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always love like anybody that streams with the Somatera. I'm just like, this is so cool. 'Cause I don't know, any musical instrument that really hones in on, like, the tactile element of, like, making it more than just, like, pressing a key or
Yeah.
pressing it, uh, it's yeah, it's so much fun just listening to how people play it, and I
And
think that you've really done a good job incorporating that into your work too.
I went
Yeah,
I
for
went
sure.
off to hang out with a friend, Evans the Bard in Portland, and there is a synth store in Portland, and he's like, "Oh, hey, let's go to the synth store." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna check out all the stuff. It's gonna be great." And I'm like playing around with things like I don't understand how that works, and I don't understand how that works, and what is that? Like there's a lot of cables going into that, and I don't get how this works at all. And then I'm just kind of wandering around, and I wandered up to the counter, and they had this big piece of wood with shiny gold all over it. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
like that. I don't know what it is.
It's really pretty.
And the headphones and said, "Here, play this," and I'm,
Oh, wow.
it
Mhm.
things. It does things, and when I press it, it does what I expect it to do. I can figure out how this works, and so yeah. And
Yeah.
Bard was like, "That's not supposed to be your first synthesizer." I was like, "But it is."
No, I love
Seriously,
it
though,
though. It's so much fun.
Mhm.
that's great.
I see you
I
brought your
remember when
own
Aaron
headphones
Goldberg
out.
got one, maybe 2
Mm,
years ago
yeah.
or so, and,
I
Mhm.
was gonna say.
yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, he's been playing synthesizer forever, I mean, he started playing p he got piano lessons when he was a kid, and I just remember watching him learn it on stream, and it looked so look first of all, like, really freaking cool because it's really pretty, but also, like, how do you do that? And then seeing you do it, I just yeah, and you do it so well too, especially for being so new to it.
Mhm.
I need to talk to Aaron, because there's I'm putting down a note to remind myself because I knew that he had one, but I'd managed to forget. Had
Mhm.
I need to talk to him because there is some way to there's drum sounds in this somewhere.
Mhm.
And I found a YouTube video for somebody who had done that, and I said, ooh, where'd you get the drum sounds?" And they're like, "Oh, it's in bank, blah, 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 voice, blah, blah, blah." And I did, I think, what they said to do, and I could not find drums. So I need
Mhm.
to like talk to Aaron and go, "Hey, have you found drums? Where are these mythical drums?"
Okay.
Because I have drums too.
It's just hidden deep in the crevices of the Somatera somewhere.
Was another bank of voices besides the first one until like last month.
Oh, yeah?
There's
Oh.
banks
Oh,
of voices.
wow.
Oh,
I love that.
yeah.
Well, I guess this would be since we've talked so much about your music, I'll go ahead and switch over and kinda share a little bit of the music. So I'll play, um, one of the first ones that you sent me, and we'll kinda, just kinda discuss it a little bit and then go from there, but,
Mhm.
um, I hope you guys enjoy. There's gonna be the QR codes down at the bottom, so if you wanna access the full album or the song itself, there'll be a link to April's Bandcamp where you can find it, so feel free to scan that QR code.
Mhm.
Oh,
Ah,
sorry. Here, we'll do this right. This happens every time, I swear.
I know.
I do this every time. Yay. I love that so much. It's such a nice little like I was just sitting here going the whole time. And I stole this from like the description of the album. But the songs are lively romp through time and space, from 13th century Spanish religious songs to 18th century Irish tunes to traditional Turkish, Ukrainian, and Flemish songs. I yeah, so you multiple different influences there. How did that kind of fuse together whenever you were creating that?
That was mostly just what are the songs that I have been playing and or hearing around the fair, for the most part, along with,
Okay.
at least there's one original piano tune on there that I wrote in college. But I think all the rest of that is like, here are the things that I've been playing out at fair.
Mhm. And then just recording that, because that was one of your yeah, that was your first solo
First solo.
album. Mhm. Yeah, I love that, and then I didn't see when was that? What year was that? 2013 is
Mhm.
when you released it? Okay.
Little,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
just a smidge. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I love that. You're kind of, like, bringing what you do, you know, with the Renaissance Fair and all your interests, the culmination of all of that to a solo album. So that's really cool that you have all those different influences and you decided to like highlight that in an album. So
Mm.
I just really enjoy kind of like the multicultural influence in there as well.
I'm very, very fond of like, let's explore as many different things as we can because it's all much more fun than I am listening to this one thing. And I never listen to anything but this one thing. And then you don't have, a big sample size that you can compare stuff to. So, yeah.
Mhm. No, I love that. Lots of really cool influences there. Um, we'll go ahead and play another one of the songs and then talk about that. And then since we're probably about halfway through, we'll do our break after this second song that we're
All
gonna
right.
play. So
Late last night I went to the store. Google Maps decided she could take no more. She made a choice, I should go explore. Giving good directions is such a bore. Go through a stop sign, turn right, drive 50 feet, then left at the light. Take a hairpin turn, not too tight. I find myself driving for the rest of the night. Go home, Google, you're drunk again. Another drive I decided to take. Google Maps made a big mistake. Good thing I have a working emergency brake. Seems she wanted me to end up in the lake. She looked at the directions but didn't respond. Of clear instructions she is not fond. With her common sense someone had to abscond. She said go straight down the boat launch and into the pond. Go home, Google, you're drunk again. Just the other day I went for a drive on the upper deck of I-35. Google Maps must have wanted us one dive. She said to turn right on Dead Man Drive. I drove out to my friend's abode. She lives in a rural postal code. My car into a cornfield Google showed. Then she told me to proceed off-road. Go home, Google, you're drunk again. Last week I went to a derby bout. Google Maps suggested the scenic route. Instead of the highway, a roundabout, then on to a dirt road and a tire blowout. My friend asked me to check on her dog Mouse while she was on vacation with her spouse. Google Maps instructions caused me to grouse. They sent me to the city dump instead of her house. Go home, Google, you're drunk again. Another friend's home I did look for. We were going to watch Harry and Dumbledore. About a block before her house, Google spoke no more, but said I reached my destination on a second floor. I had to go shopping to stock my fridge, but Google Maps messed up just a smidge. She gave me directions across a ridge, then told me to cross a river without a bridge. Go home, Google, you're drunk again. Whomever named these roads could not foresee Google's misinterpretation of vocabulary. She gets abbreviations wrong, QED. It's not Malcolm Ten Drive or Robert East Lee. Google Maps directions are sometimes wrong. When telling you to turn, she takes too long. You're out on the highway zooming along. Turn right during last verse. Recalculating song. Go home, Google, you're drunk again.
I love that so much. But it makes me feel like, why do I feel like you've been personally victimized by Google Maps?
No, that is either true stories that happened to me or other people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's the new map
Aw,
quest.
the
If y'all remember.
going across a river without a bridge.
That's happened at least once. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
really?
At least.
Mhm. Yeah. In my experience, it's been like, huh, there's not even really pavement on this road. I don't feel like I should be driving here, but
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you could save, 4 seconds per like the bird
Yeah.
eyes view. Yeah, totally.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's great. You can save 4 seconds, and all you have to do instead of taking that exit is take this exit and then immediately cut across 7 lanes of traffic and turn right. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, drive somebody into the ditch, but you'll make it there.
fine. Fine.
When I said avoid highways, this is not what I was meaning.
No.
But I love that. So the One Nerdy Night album that is from, so you had the geeky songs about board games, video games, pirates, Doctor Who, Pokemon Go, octopus baristas,
Mhm.
hairless hypoallergenic hellhounds, and more.
Mhm.
Hold on. I want to go back to octopus baristas.
The song is called 8 Arms to Caffeinate You.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. All right.
That's
That makes
amazing.
sense. All right.
Yeah, so I love that this is just like anything goes kind of thing, but it seems like a culmination of a lot of your interests as well.
It was okay, I'm going to make a geeky album, and it was partly, all right, well, I know I need to include songs about Doctor Who and board games and video games and, these kinds of things. And I also had asked some of my friends on social media, I'm like, all right, if you were going to listen to a geeky song, what would the subject be? What would you like to hear a song about? And so that some of the things were from suggestions. Like one of
Okay, cool.
something about, oh, pirate chainmail. And I think he was talking about like, woven chainmail armor, but I was like, yeah,
Right.
what if it was like chain letters? And so then I did a whole song that was just in the style of, like chain letters or spam, phishing letters only done like 1700s kind of sort of thing.
That's
So,
amazing.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah. So was this like recommendations that you got from like people on Twitch or from people on real life or both?
way before Twitch. This was
Okay.
technically it was
Oh,
mostly
right.
which I'm not really on anymore. Mostly Facebook, and I think my husband and my boyfriend were also both like, "Oh, hey, here, let's give you some stuff." And I'm like, "Hey, y'all, help! I need ideas for, you know,
Mhm.
oh, well, do this thing, and they'd bounce ideas off of each other, and I'm like, "Okay, this is great, keep it coming," you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Any and all ideas. Nothing's off the table.
Like, let's
Right.
get things going.
Mhm. Yeah, and then again, also, I mean, you can tell with that just that one song that I heard is you incorporating more and more instruments. So like
Mhm.
I love that you really hone in on that stuff and explore. Like you can tell that you have that background of like knowing a bunch of different instruments.
Well,
So,
one that song in particular to share from that album because there is no way I can ever do that live. It's first of all, I'm
Sure.
a 4-part harmony with myself. But the little bump, 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 that little instrument that you're hearing there, that's an instrument that I don't actually own. That that was an instrument that my my sound engineer, my recording guy had. He was also like an amazing drummer, and he managed to collect all of these percussion instruments. And this is like, it looks like a pan flute, only it's humongous. And the longest,
What?
made out of bamboo, the longest one had to have been like 6.5 feet long.
Oh.
It's like it's held up with this big, like a, it flips out like a stand, kind of holds it up at a 45-degree angle, and then you, instead of blowing into it, it's like, if you've seen the Blue Man Group, they've got these kind of like mallets with like a flat, almost like a spatula kind of thing at the end, and you
Mhm.
of the pipes, and it makes the pum 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 pum.
Okay, yeah.
It's again a little like a piano. Here's my low, here's my high, that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
we're gonna bring this in. We're gonna set up the microphones, and you can just play whatever you want to as a track on this. I'm like, yes. And then can I maybe borrow the instrument for a period of time? No, I could not. But
Aw, man.
I bet
love
though.
that,
anyway,
yeah. Like, you were able to just, like, pick that up and play around with it, incorporate it into your stuff, even though it's not yours. Like,
yeah.
that's something very special that, like,
Also,
you have evidence.
I do have an auto harp. I have not played it much. I'm not great at it, but I own one. I see it. It's on the shelf over there. Anyway.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, guys, we're gonna do a quick break, and we're gonna watch a couple of the videos that April has sent us. We have one more song to share. It's gonna be from your most recent release. So we'll share that when we come back, and also we'll enter in kind of our Q&A session. So if you guys in the chat would like to ask a question, they can be serious or silly. We like to incorporate both, but feel free, please ask a question or whatever in the chat.
No silly.
Yeah, absolutely not. No silliness here.
Yes, we are very serial.
We're very serious. I love that. Well, friends, so we'll be back in approximately 7 minutes. So please get up and do a stretch, drink some water, do the things, take your pee breaks, and we'll be back here in 7 minutes.
Buongiorno, everyone. This week's Thing a Week will be a dance video to a 15th century Italian song, Petite Vrienne. However, we're not going to be doing it with people. It's much more fun to do it with hedgehogs. This dance is for one man and two ladies in a group of 3. And what we have here is Hedgie, Tina Penelope, and Buttercup. And the 3 of them will be demonstrating how to do Petite Vrienne. The music for this song comes from my Dance the Night Away CD, which is available on my website. I hope you enjoy! 3, 4.
Buongiorno.
All right. Well, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, we were trying to share the code Hedgie video, and for some reason it just did the other one. That was probably me in a panic trying to get the other one back, but I was like, "No, where'd my video go? It was working perfectly earlier."
Oh,
That's okay. We always have some kind of problem on Restream, I swear.
would
We
not,
do every
Yeah.
time. Every time.
it would not be a Twitch stream if there wasn't some kind of a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
true.
Well, just know, guys, that there is a wonderful little video of a hedgehog coding things, and it's so adorable. Um, yeah, and I apologize that something happened and I couldn't share it with you, but that's okay.
They can come to my channel at some point in the future when I'm streaming, and it's one of my channel redeems. So
Exactly. There you go. There
it
you go.
be a stream without technical difficulties. That's true.
Mhm. Exactly. Well, guys, we're going into our Q&A session. So those of you in the chat, please feel free to ask a question. Absolutely serious, no silly.
No at all.
But yes, absolutely do so. I was gonna ask a question and it evaded me, but it will come back. So,
I want to know. Oh, sorry, Rose.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to know, hopefully your question will come back to you, but how many kitties do you have?
Currently 3 cats. There's Archie, who is my baby. He's what, 9, 10, something. He's a little up there. What is the capital of Assyria? I don't know that. So Archie is he's a brown and black tabby. He's a big cat, but he's also very, very timid. And he doesn't ever get into fights with anybody, just about. He will occasionally do the I'm not touching you thing to Argent, who is next down the line. And she gets really, really upset about it. And he's like, but I'm just sitting here. I'm totally not doing anything.
Oh,
She is very small, very little tiny brown and silver and ginger Torby cat. And she kind of showed as a stray, and we brought her in and found out that she was pregnant. And so Argent, as in silver, because Argent is French. Argent is French for both money and silver, and she was very silver when I first got her. Then she gave birth to 3 cats, and we kept one of the boys, and his name is Crowley because he is all black. He's got stripes if you look at him really closely under exactly the right light, but he's basically a black. And he is also very large and has no combative streak in his entire body and loves belly rubs.
Aw.
Oh,
Very cute. Okay, I remembered my question. So do you play D&D? I would assume that you do or have.
Played D&D. My character was Hevik, a half-orc barbarian who could do all of 2 things. Well, she could kill dang near anything with her 2-handed axe, and she could find any pub within 100 miles. Just ale sent.
nice.
That was
Very important talents.
because I don't that well, and if you're gonna do magic, you have to math. And I'm like, no, I just want to whack things with the axe. Yeah,
I love that.
and
That's
yeah,
awesome.
collaborating with other musicians, absolutely. It really depends on who wants to do what, but yeah, whenever feasible.
Yeah, because I know you did a lot of that collaboration with like the Renaissance musicians, and stuff like that. I guess, do you have any other collaborative experiences that you think fondly on?
Well, it's always fun whenever I get to play with other people. So far, just on Twitch, I have done multiple collab streams with Evans the Bard. Whenever I've gone up to Portland, we always stream together. He's got like a ton of little baby synthesizers, and so we just kind of just play whatever. And then when I went up to New York, I got to stream um once or twice, I think possibly just once, with the Repressions, and that was really fun, because, like, I had only brought my flute because I was flying and I couldn't bring a lot of instruments, but that worked great because Barb plays the piano and sings, and a little bit of guitar, and Nate plays guitar and sings, and I was like, "Let's do some flute stuff with this." So, yeah, that was cool.
Nice.
Guitar keys and synthesizers, cool, nice.
I love that. Well, speaking of synthesizers, while we see if anybody else has a question, I would love to play that most recent
Ah, yeah.
release of yours where you do utilize the Somatera and some other instruments as well. So we'll listen to that right quick, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more. So. That was beautiful. Love that. So that one you kind of went more into like the synthy vein. Um, is definitely very kind of more on the more ambient-ish side. Um, but you had used not only the Soma Terra, but also the Soma, what was it, Inner? Yeah.
Which oh,
Which almost does give it more of like that percussive kind of element, which that just looks so cool.
this is bizarre. So like the Somatera, that's very piano like. This is not.
Mhm.
This side is all percussive, like beats that are kind of organized, broken down, like this is quarter note and that's eighth note and that'd be 16th and then that's 32nd. And then all the ones around here do more sort of syncopated stuff. And then by touching one part of the instrument with one body part with a thumb, whatever, and then using a finger or multiple fingers to slide up and down
Hmm.
the thing, it makes an electrical circuit from one point to another point through your body.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Actually,
That's
to
crazy.
touch these, nothing happens. But if I touch that and touch the triangle, then it makes the sound.
That's super cool.
Got like a tempo, and then it's like very, very kind of lo-fi sounding, super mellow, dull kind of a sound. And if you go up higher on the triangle, it's a very sharp, very forward kind of sound. It's
Really get like
it-
kind of crunchier sounding, I guess.
just some really bizarre stuff that I haven't even
Mhm.
fully figured out yet.
Yeah. So what do the knobs do on there?
Depending on so like the knobs that are down below the percussion bits, I don't actually know. I've tried moving them around a little bit and nothing seems to happen, and I haven't wanted to move them that much because I don't want
Sure.
anything. Um,
Yeah.
the knobs on the right side, that weird section of the synth above that is tones. And it only does like I think 5 tones at a time, but each one of those knobs goes to a different pad. So you
Okay.
can basically pick a pitch for each one of the pads, and then the big knob at the bottom adjusts all of them at the same time.
Okay.
But they don't like click. So it's very much like a slide whistle, like the note just kind of
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was the Soma. How do you spell
so
that?
Enner, Enner. Enner. And actually I have, hang on one second, I have a thing. There. Poof. Information.
There you go.
Also,
Pretty
Velvet
cool,
Goat Cheek had asked, what medieval Renaissance instrument would you like to add to your collection that does not exist anymore, is extremely rare, or just prohibitively expensive? I have two
Fantasy.
that I want to add. One of them is a portative organ, and that's basically, if you've ever seen the unicorn tapestries, there is one of the tapestries where there's a queen, a noble lady, somebody who is playing this thing, and they come in like 1 octave, 2 octave, 3 octave. I think you might even be able to get a 4 octave one. Those are really, 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 really expensive. The 1 octave ones are small enough that you usually play them with one hand and reach around with your left hand and work bellows. So it's kind of like not hitting anything. A little bit like my harmonium. So it's got the bellows in the back.
Hmm.
Makes the sounds, but instead of having oh, whoops. I lost an earring. Instead of having
Oh, no.
no, it's fine. It just came off the thing. Instead of having internal reeds like that, the portative organs actually have like a pipe organ. They actually have pipes, and they're usually wooden. And there's they get fairly tall, and if you get 2 octave or more, it's big enough that it's usually helpful to have a second person whose job is exclusively to sit there and work the bellows. What's going on in the unicorn tapestries. So
Yeah.
I would love something like that. And also I would like to get a nickel harpa, which is very similar to the hurdy-gurdy, in that it's got, the strings like a violin, and it's got a keyboard, but it's got more keys than a hurdy-gurdy does. And instead of having a crank that turns a wheel that bows the strings, you actually play it with a very, very, very short bow. So instead of reaching over and playing the keys like I would on a hurdy-gurdy, you actually reach underneath to play all the keys and then sit there and do this little short bow.
Okay.
And
Wow.
it's the national instrument of Sweden. Nickel harpa means keyed fiddle. And you pretty much
All
can't
right.
find them outside.
Interesting.
Oh,
So
wow.
Okay.
That's crazy, though. That sounds really cool.
what kind of
It does.
other culture would I like to add to my collection? What do I not have from another culture? I mean, like, I would absolutely want to add like a bass flute, but that's just, you're like my regular old Boehm Western flute, but just bigger. From another culture. I don't know. I'll have to think on that one. I've never really thought about like flutes from other cultures. I've thought about various other instruments from other cultures, but not flutes. So I'll have to think about that.
Well, you'll have to
have,
tell us
like-
on a stream.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
not I mean, I could fudge a little and say I might like to get some small pipes, some Ulalian pipes, which are like the Irish bagpipes, and instead of having a pipe that goes into your mouth that you blow into, there's a bag that you just have like strapped to your side, and you just use your elbow to inflate the bag, and then you just play just like you were going to play a bagpipe, but you're doing this number to inflate the bag instead of having to constantly blow into the bag to keep it inflated, and it's way quieter. It's a nice sort of a soft indoor kind of a
Wild.
thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
Ooh,
So you have like
Yeah.
drone flutes too?
Hmm?
You have like drone flutes?
Not really. I've got my basic flute, which is way back there, so I'm not going to try getting it. I've got lots of recorders. I've got like at least 3 soprano recorders. I've got a tenor one floating around somewhere. And there's is this my tenor? Oh, this is my tenor. Yeah. Okay. So this is the head for the tenor. So it's a lot
Okay.
bigger than the other. Somewhere I have a Garkline. Oh, nope, that's another.
That's really cool.
Found it.
Oh wow.
That's so
I did not expect that.
The smallest of the recorder family. It is very small. It is
Yeah.
so small that a lot of people can't play it because their fingers are too big. Hold on. It's very high.
That's so cute. It's so little.
Bunch of those. I have a fife, which this is just like a cheap plastic fife that I have turned around backwards. And I have a glass flute somewhere. I think.
Oh, a glass flute. That's cool.
I think it's on my big instrument shelf over there on the other side of the room. I almost never play it. It's hard to get the embouchure right. But
Sure.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Around somewhere. Have I ever tried something like hurdy-gurdy metal? I mean, Mandrican often requests Rob Zombie. So oh hey, that list. Good to know. Okay, now I know where that is.
Aw.
So yeah, I've
That would
played
be cool.
a couple of measures of Rob Zombie on the hurdy-gurdy. I think I would need to like really sit down with Ableton Live and try to figure out the various distortion um,
Ah.
effects and see
Mhm.
how it's really hard to do any effects with the hurdy-gurdy because the hurdy-gurdy itself is so loud in person that I'm having a hard time hearing how it sounds.
Mhm.
Like I
Yeah.
doing a couple of things and I'm like, well, it doesn't sound like it's doing anything. And then I went back and listened to the recording. It's like, oh, no, it was. It's just that it's so loud in person, it's drowning out what I can hear. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
hard to tell.
No, that's cool though. I love that. Well, I'm gonna do a last call for questions. But I want to say, like, thank you so much to everybody who's been here. Thank you, April, for being our guest.
Thank you.
It's been such a pleasure. Um, we've got another one here. Do you like songs that
This
are
is going to be a really
rooted
weird question.
in sense
Gee.
or fictional
Third.
language?
I don't know if I necessarily have an opinion on that. I mean, I like some of the songs that they did in Lord of the Rings, and I think those were like Dwarven, which is a
Mhm.
so yeah, I think the Dwarven song was a really pretty one.
Mhm.
Yeah, agreed.
The
I
the
love
the
that.
one that had the hot dwarves, that Lord of the Rings, the newer movie that was the
Mhm.
Hobbit. I think it was the Hobbit. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, that's
that was pretty
I
music.
think I know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess yeah, this would be a good time for like an hour and 15, which is usually kind of where we're at, but um yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, for sharing your musical knowledge and of all the instruments. And like I said, I feel like I always learn something new every single time. Either like I'm in your
Definitely.
stream or I talk to you, and it's always a pleasure learning all these new things.
Absolutely. Well, I like to teach. My whole family are teachers, so it's in the blood.
Mhm.
My mom.
We do have one more
Yeah.
question, and then I have a question to follow that, which is, where can we follow you? Where can we buy your music,
Ah,
etc. But let's go with the
so
audience question
any
first.
part of thing or appealing to me, such as the melody specific instruments, it depends on the track. Um, like for example, I would say my very, 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 very favorite Jackson 5 song ever is I Want You Back, which they used in the soundtrack on the Guardians of the Galaxy. And
Mm.
song, like it starts
It
out
did.
with the guitar. Boom, dum, bum, ba-dum, and so you've got the little like sort of a rhythmic thing going
Mhm.
on. And then the bass comes in boom 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 and that's really driving it, and then the piano's doing this thing, and then the vocals come in, and it's just like I couldn't like focus on one bit of it, but I'm focusing on all of the individual bits at the same time, and it just makes my brain so happy. So that's usually it. If there's anything sometimes with the if you're doing like say Mumford and Sons, oh okay, well this is your typical pop song. Oh, but there's a banjo. Oh yes, I'm going to listen to that kind of
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah.
anyway, and where can me
And where can we follow you at? Where can
the
we
the
buy your music? Where can we listen?
the links hang on, I have
Here, I've got the
link.
April. Here we go. April Knight QR
We
code
have the
right
QR
here.
Yeah,
code.
and there's Bandcamp, and
Bandcamp in the chat.
Perfect.
does the QR code go to all the links or
So the April Knight one that's up right now is aprilknight.com.
okay, so that's
Um,
the website, which
mhm.
I have finally been able to update. It had not been
Yay.
updated since 2021, and I finally got it updated.
Wow.
That's okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pull
Yeah,
What
it's hard to do
you
that stuff. Oh my gosh.
20-year-old program to
Mhm.
Uh,
No, I love that. And then what kind of stuff is on your Patreon?
so mostly updates, right? Yeah. Mostly Patreon is for as little as $1 a month. You can see all of my Twitch streams forever and ever and ever and ever without having to worry about the VOD length on Twitch, which only lets you watch it for 2 weeks and then it's gone.
Mhm.
So it's mostly that. I am going to try to start doing like maybe some little improv stuff and like posting the improv stuff just for the patrons. Uh,
Mhm.
I haven't really uh, quite figured out like what people want because it's one of those things people are like, oh yeah, I definitely want to follow you. And you're like, okay, yes, what do you want to hear? Crickets.
Yeah.
It does nothing. It's
Yeah,
nothing.
no, definitely.
Help me.
Mhm.
I will say that I do subscribe to her Patreon, and I have been for, I don't know, like a while, maybe 6 or 8 months or something,
Oh,
but
yeah.
she does send out regular updates.
Mhm.
She keeps everybody informed as to what she's doing. It like it's hard to do, especially when you're doing so many different platforms.
Mhm.
So I really do think that she's, well, she's already worth supporting on Patreon, but just the fact that like she does put the effort into that platform as well, which is really hard to do. And, I mean, I get 4 or 5 emails a week from her Patreon. So, it's actually really impressive. And,
Mhm.
you know, honestly, follow or subscribe. Well, I don't know. The words are so interchangeable. Anyway, find her Patreon and give her money.
Yeah.
All the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, check out the stuff. Yeah, and if you aren't following on Twitch already, please do so. Um, check out all the stuff, all the links, all the music. I definitely want to listen to the whole most recent album that you released. Just
Oh,
because
I could have given you the Linktree link. That would have been really smart and professional of me. Well, anyway, there's a thing.
that's okay.
Fine.
That's okay. But yeah, so this is gonna be the season finale. So thank you so much for joining us here. We really appreciate it.
Is
Um,
potentially die and or potentially commit a crime, and then no one will know which one of us did it or if we're okay or not until the first episode of next season.
exactly.
Yes. She
It's
did
the
ask if it was
cliffhanger.
gonna end on a cliffhanger.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm,
Yeah. We'll just be
Yep.
hanging on the cliff,
mhm.
just waiting.
Or and luckily we're
If we
not.
could only fill you guys in on what our pets are doing, like it really would be a cliffhanger. So
I don't know if I could. We can't jump the shark because I don't have a shark, but we can. Pet dog. Uh, there.
my
Okay.
God, you're the best, April.
So much. But yeah, so we're taking off the rest of the
Amazing.
month of May.
Do we have a
I
link
was
podcast to share?
yes. Where is it at?
And yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on here.
I'm just gonna put that down there. It's just Big Frog Records on YouTube. I know that there's also some of Drone Hands stuff on that YouTube channel, correct? Or is that a different one?
Yeah, there should be like because it's his record label.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yeah.
there
So it's
yeah,
not
the YouTube has a lot of work to do, or I have a lot of work to do for the YouTube anyway. But
that's
thank you for
okay.
asking.
YouTubing
We
is
do always stream
a
it on Rose's channel, my channel, and the guest channel, and then also to the Big Frog YouTube.
Mhm.
mm-hmm. So we will be back with episodes. We're taking a break for the rest of May, but we'll be back in June.
There you
So
go.
definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, very, very happy to have you. This has been so much fun. I've
Yeah, for
really
real.
enjoyed getting to talk to you and getting to listen to your stuff and all of the things. So um here in a second, we're gonna switch over to our raid page and we're all gonna raid into someone else.
Mhm.
Um I did see that Aaron Goldberg was online.
Ooh.
And we did talk
Oh,
about
we should
him
did.
earlier.
Aaron was how I discovered musicians on Twitch. Like, let's bring this full circle.
We should
So
absolutely.
with the
I've got
he was also our first Big Frog podcast
played
guest ever.
balls. Oh wow, cool.
We
Yep.
love that. Aw.
And we're doing a live show with him this summer.
Woot.
Yes. So we will all raid over there then. But thank you guys for
I will
being
raid
here.
with myself.
And we will see you guys soon.
Hey. All right.
Bye.